Hello and welcome. My name is Gillian Joyce, and I have been partnered with LifeVantage for just over 6.5 years now. My background is education. I taught for many years, school principal for many as well, before I took leave to have my children. And it was while I was on maternity leave that I was introduced to LifeVantage through a really close girlfriend of mine. In short, I have a history of family illnesses, which prompted me to be proactive in my health, having lost my father to cancer at 58 and my sister to open heart surgery at the age of 21. I always knew that, being careful with our health, taking our health seriously and making it a priority was absolutely imperative. And so for that reason, when my girlfriend reached out to share the information on Protandem, which I'll talk about shortly, I was blown away with what I found. And I knew that this was something that not only I wanted to use, but I wanted those nearest and dearest to me to know about it as well. I was not looking for the business at the time. However, the business started to grow naturally, and it then allowed me more opportunities in life and more opportunities for our family and the ability to stay home for longer with my children. Today, I have resigned from education. I do get to stay home full time, and I work my business in and around my family life. My family takes first seat; they're in my front row seat, and this slots in between as I choose to do it. And it's been an incredible blessing for our family, which has given us so many more opportunities. So just to quickly let you know that we do not make any claims to treat, cure, mitigate or diagnose any diseases or illnesses. And when it comes to distributors, we are all independent contractors, we're not employees, and everybody will get out of this business what they put into this business. So that journey can be very different for everybody. Our company is a publicly traded company, which means it's 100% transparent. You can see that we are debt-free, we are cash rich. You can see that every step of the way we have a board of directors that helps to guide our decisions. We have an incredible board of directors with some very key players that really help to drive our growth. They've partnered with our company because of what we have, and we're proud of that. Our operations, while we're a US-based company, we are expanding globally. We're in multiple markets across the world, more than 20. Australia launched in 2012 and New Zealand more recently in 2019. And we are opening into new markets all the time, which is super exciting. Our company itself is founded on science and driven by science. So everything we have is not just a copy me, it's unique, and it is in a category of its own, which I'm going to share with you shortly. But we started with a single question in mind. Is declining health something we have to simply accept as a part of getting older? Do you accept where you're at? Do you accept that your health is going to decline as you get older? Or are you more proactive and know that, you know what, I am not going to be a sick old person. I'm going to be healthy and live my life to the fullest. I know which category I fall into. So the first discovery that our company made was that our genes possess incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. Then the second discovery, decades later, by LifeVantage, was that our body and our processes have a way of activating these abilities. So we can activate these genes. So our difference with our company is that we activate. We don't just supplement, we don't just cover up, we activate our body's natural abilities. So oxidative stress is something that you may or may not have heard of. I know that when I first started out, I'd heard of oxidization, the rusting of a vehicle. And what I learned very quickly is that that's very much similar to what is happening within our bodies. Just like when you cut an apple open and you see it browning on the bench, that is happening to our cells in our body every single day. And it's due to the environment that we live in. So we've got work stress life, we've got Wi-Fi, pollution, we've got the foods that we eat, things that we drink, high intensity exercises. We're all connected digitally in this world, all of the 5G, there's just Wi-Fi, there's so much going on that our body is constantly being bombarded. more so than it has ever been in the past. And our bodies are not coping as well. People are getting sicker younger. Who's seen children who mysteriously have illnesses that come up? You know, all of these things, our body is just being bombarded. So when it comes to oxidative stress, we all have it. There is no way to avoid it completely, but reducing it is key. And why is that? Well, oxidative stress is linked to virtually everything we don't want. It impacts every cell, system, tissue, and organism in our body. For some of us, it could be that we're just feeling a little bit tired more frequently. We're getting that midday slump. Perhaps you're not sleeping well at all at night. You go to bed tired, you wake up tired, you're restless. You might get aches and pains more frequently or headaches. You know, all of those things are early indicators of high levels of oxidative stress. And in many cases, that can go on to cause more significant problems. So the way in which we reduce oxidative stress in the body has been known for a while that antioxidants are key. They neutralize the free radicals which cause oxidative stress. When it comes to direct antioxidants, so the ones that we consume, they work on a 1-to-1 ratio. So for each antioxidant molecule you eat or consume, there's a free radical that's neutralized. And that's fantastic. And I am a huge advocate for eating well because we need good nutrition to fuel our body. So diet is always a priority. However, it is not enough to compete with all of those toxins and that oxidative stress that our body is overwhelmed with today. What we also know, and what LifeVantage discovered, is that we have unique genes within our body that are capable of producing our own antioxidants. And this pathway is called the NRF2 pathway. That pathway was only discovered in the late 90s, and it was the early 2000s when the first studies were starting to be conducted on NRF2. So in short, it's basically that pathway, that signaling pathway in our body that tells our cells to produce antioxidants to deal with all of the onslaught of free radicals coming into our body. So it's our body's own natural way of keeping oxidative stress levels low. And so that is absolutely critical. We want that NRF2 pathway working really well. Unfortunately, as we get older, that process declines. And that is why, you know, we see children who do bounce back quickly. They get sick, they get well again fairly quickly. They hurt themselves, they get back up, all of those things. And then as we get older, the bounce back isn't quite so quick. And that's because that pathway is not working so well. NRF2, so Washington State University actually released a study that said that NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. This is huge. We've got world conferences on NRF2. We've got universities doing subjects solely on NRF2. We've got pharmaceutical companies scrambling to create NRF2 activators. And what we have with LifeVantage is the world's first and all-natural NRF2 activator, which has been proven to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days in a US study. This was a human study. It got worldwide attention. We had an ABC primetime come in and do their own investigative report, and that news reporter's own results after only 2 weeks of use, a reduction of oxidative stress by 48%. Huge. So this alone is just incredible, but it went on from there. So because of this incredible research and showing what Protandim could do, other universities came and wanted to do their own studies. So we have studies from the National Institute of Aging which show that it is proven to increase the median health lifespan of male mice by an average of 7%. That's huge. This study tests multiple products across the world, and they found that Protandim was the only product tested in the last 2 decades that is proven to increase that median health lifespan. Amazing. So how does it work? Well, scientifically, I'm not a scientist, but what we do know is that those 5 ingredients work together in a synergy. So this is a patented formula where these ingredients work together in a precise way in which they're put together that then turns on those genes. So when I looked at this initially, I thought turmeric, I take turmeric. Green tea, I drink green tea. Milk thistle, I've had that before. But what I learned is that taking any of those ingredients individually, while they're therapeutic and good for us, they don't have the same capabilities. That is merely supplementing the body when I take each of those. But the way these Protandim has been formulated, when you take just one tablet a day, it switches on those genes, that NRF2 pathway I mentioned, and it then allows your body to produce its own antioxidants at a rate that I could never, ever compete with by supplementing my body. So it's switching on those good genes, it's turning that pathway back on. We have all the certifications, and like I mentioned, we have had more than 40 universities across the world studying our product. We have, I think it's about 30 peer-reviewed studies now on pubmed.gov. So this is the gold standard of research. Every study that's released on here has to go through a peer review process. So it means multiple parties have confirmed that, yes, that information is 100% correct. It can be published on this website. It's featured in multiple journals around the world. The American Heart Association did a study and featured it in their journal after they saw how therapeutic it was for the heart. Again, that was a big wow moment for myself, given my family history. So it has a lot of validation. It's been tried, it's been tested, and it's been confirmed. Our company then went on to have a second breakthrough in 2019 with an NRF1 synergizer. Now, NRF2, like I said, reduces that oxidative stress. NRF1 is the key signaling pathway for our mitochondria, which you may have heard of from science biology back at school. But basically, mitochondria is the engine of the cell, the energy powerhouse. It's how we get to that peak performance. It's also very important for brain function, for many of our organs. It is just incredible. And again, this product is 5 ingredients that work in synergy to activate that pathway as opposed to supplementing it. So an incredible addition. Along with that, we then had a third breakthrough with an NAD synergizer, which supports that healthy longevity. So you've all probably heard of fasting, and people do fasting to activate those healing responses within the body. Fasting needs to happen for 24 hours or beyond, which is not sustainable. People cannot do that long term. We need to eat food for other reasons, to fuel our body, to stay alive. But when we do fast, you'll see here, like caloric restriction or fasting, it increases the sirtuin activity by 94%. There are other NAD supplements on the market. The best competitor will increase that sirtuin activity by 2%. Our product, NAD, increases that sirtuin activity by 100%. So it is a massive, massive difference. So the 3 products work together incredibly well. They actually have a synergistic effect when taken all together. They can be taken individually, but together that synergistic effect makes each of them even more effective by working together. So again, this is huge for boosting mental focus and energy. People are feeling so much more alert and awake and productive. It supports that positive mood and motivation, mental focus and concentration, even helping to maintain cholesterol levels that are already healthy and supporting that vascular system. It's huge. And so all 3 of these, we are literally unclogging the system, removing the rust. We're recharging our batteries, and we're getting that peak function back to happening. So all 3 parts are just back on track, which is incredible. We also have other products which support our activators. We all know that gut health is absolutely imperative. We need to be able to support our gut health because it is our second brain, and we need that to be working well, of course. With our probiotics, this is a complete range of probiotics that support the healthy bacteria in your microbiome. But most importantly, it's about that controlled release. So we have a special DR capsule which gets that good bacteria to your large and small intestines where it's actually needed. So it's not like you're taking it, it's getting killed off in the stomach acid. This one actually gets to where it's needed. It also has a desiccant bottle to protect it from humidity. It doesn't require refrigeration, which is fantastic for people like me who travels a lot, and also needs to have it in front of me so I don't forget to take it. So I keep mine beside my bed, and that way I remember to take it every single day. It's not lost at the back of the fridge. We have so many incredible reports with people who have had such a big difference with their gut health just by including a good quality probiotic into their daily routine. We also have the omegas, which we know is really important for a lot of us, particularly, maintaining cholesterol levels, all of that sort of thing as well. These omegas are harvested from deep cold water fish. It's traceable from boat to bottle. It's mercury free, which is very important. And the best thing is, even if you bite one of those open, there's no fishy flavor. So you're not going to be burping fish every day. I can tell you now that if you're buying fish capsules already and you're burping fish through the day, news for you, your fish omega oils are already oxidized. Okay, they've gone rancid. You want to keep them fresh, which is what we have here, and no fishy after taste. And super exciting, we've just launched into Australia and New Zealand this incredible brain performance nootropic drink. I have been using this from the US for years. I have a lot of customers that use this, and we order it in from the US. Now we have it here in Australia and New Zealand. I'm so excited because everyone can order it for themselves and get it easily. So this is all about getting the neurons of the brain connecting. We know that there are a number of energy stimulant drinks out there that people are basically living off of because they're just trying to get through each day. But we know that they're causing so much more harm than good. When it comes to Axio, this is an addition to your day that you can use to replace your coffees if you choose to, or you might just have them, early morning or one in the mid-afternoon, just to give you that sustained energy through the day, that pick me up without that crash that you get from other energy stimulants. So these drinks are not only nutritious and good for you, it's about getting that brain performance back on track. And my children love these. We make the red raspberry into icy poles, particularly now that we're into summer. Last summer we had so many icy poles. They were having them every day. They absolutely love them. We also have the topical versions of our NRF2 activation, and these products are incredible, not just for the environment, but also on getting through all layers of the skin. So our skincare set works on all 7 layers. We have the gentle facial cleanser, the perfecting lotion, the eye serum, and the anti-aging cream. All of them are super, super clean, so clean you could eat them if you wanted to. I do recommend everyone download the Think Dirty app because it will actually show you the toxicity level of any of the products you are using, and ours are all 1 or 0, which is amazing. They've won multiple awards, but this is all about the topical version of NRF2 activation, so working on the skin's levels of oxidative stress, reducing that and naturally supporting a healthy microbiome for our skin. And you can see here that it's not just about the beauty side of things, it's the results that they give as well. So in many cases, people have used them on sunburn and numerous different concerns and had wonderful results. So we're all about evolving possibilities and living our remarkable life. So when it comes to LifeVantage, for many people, it's about using these products. But for some others, they want to think bigger, dream bigger, experience bigger. They want to grow their leadership, grow their community, grow their confidence, and grow their purpose. And I can tell you that when it comes to a work-life balance, I have lived each of these economic wheels. So you probably know this first one well. If you've had the typical 9-to-5 job, you've worked for an employer, basically you are on that wheel and you go to work and you get paid, you go to work and get paid, you go to work, you get paid. You stop working, you stop getting paid. It cuts off dead, cold turkey. Then there's also the second economic wheel. So I've done this one. I've done the first one. I've been the employee, and getting a consistent paycheck's fantastic. It's all good. But when I stopped, the pay stopped. The self-employed model, I grew up with this. So my parents had a small general store business, which was everything in a small community. We were the petrol, we were the ice, we were the meals, the cafe, the everything. It was open 364 days a year. The hours were 8 till 6, but it was never 8 till 6. We had people knocking on the door before 8 o'clock and afterwards, and can I just get a packet of smokes? And, like we were on call all the time. Plus we had to do the accounts of the evening. Dad was always at the table doing the bookkeeping in the evening, and then he'd have to do the bread and paper run in the morning because nobody would come and deliver to our rural community. Had to go to town every day to collect those things. It was just horrendous. We did that for 14 years, and I still get shivers thinking about that, because it was from when I was 8 to 22 that we had that business. So I worked in that business every day of my life, and my parents were slaves to it. And it's a tough place to be. So if you've ever owned your own business, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. You are a slave to it. And once again, as soon as you stop, quite often that business stops too. There's nobody to keep those wheels turning. But then we have this third wheel, which I never really knew a lot about. I always saw network marketing or any of these businesses as just hobby money, where you would go and promote a few products, you'd make a commission, and that was it. What I didn't know about was the leveraged side of things, where you could create something where you had a consistent customer database, where somebody else did the shipping, the inventory, somebody else worried about the paycheck, somebody else worried about promotions and stocking of products and the formulations and all the rest of it. Like, all I literally had to do was share something I was passionate about and then receive an income. And as that grew, as other people became passionate about these products, I could step off this wheel and it would just keep going. So I have had some tough months where, life happens and, family events have occurred where I've literally had to step off the wheel or stepped away from my business. And I can honestly say that in many of those times, my business has not only kept clocking over, but in many cases, it's actually kept growing as well. I have been able to do this part-time, but build up to a full-time income. So this is the economic engine that I would love more of the world to know about and to hear about, and to, have a look for yourself. It's just an incredible model. And that's exactly what we have here with LifeVantage. We have an incredible retention rate because our products do what they say they will do. In fact, this here is our annual incomes earning disclosure. Like I said, we're publicly traded, so completely transparent. And you can see here that on average at each rank, this is what distributors are earning. So even for somebody in these very beginning ranks, an extra $600 a month is a big deal. This is in US dollars too. So we actually multiply this by 1.4. Even a pre-6 income, you're looking at a full-time income just by midway through the ranks. And then you have this life-changing income, which I didn't even know was possible, but I am touching shoulders. I am having people in my home, these top income earners. These are my mentors. These are my support team, my crew that cheer me on. And they're showing us what is possible. And I am seeing what is possible as my business grows as well. I didn't think this was possible, but it is. It really is. And so, like I said, this is not, a business that you can just sit back and do nothing. It will grow as much as you grow. And you have a team here that can support you and show you how to do that. What I love about our company, as I mentioned, with the having a board of directors being publicly traded, is that we have the likes of Erin Brockovich sitting on our board of directors. She is somebody who saw our company and the products that we had. She had a girlfriend using them, saw a night to day difference in her. And so she came and did her research, and we all know that she is a researcher. She is known for being a wellness advocate, for standing up for things that are right and true, and, and mindful of the environment, all of that. And Erin loved what we had so much with LifeVantage that she partnered with our company and sits on our board of directors. She recently came to Australia and spoke with many of us, and we welcomed her here with open arms. She's an incredible lady, and I'm super proud to be standing side by side with her with this company. So for many of us, you may be thinking, well, you know what? A second income is not a bad idea. What if we do have to go and get locked up at home again? Let's create something from home. There's so many opportunities. It could be that you just need to look and feel good again. You want to worry about your health, you want to make it a priority, which I encourage everybody to do. So, you know, becoming a customer might be the option. Or perhaps you can think of somebody else who could benefit from this information, in which case I encourage you to have them reach out to us. You can connect us. We can help to get that information across for you. As a customer, you can also earn great benefits as a referring partner and sharing with those that you love and care about. So, there are multiple ways to get started. You can start as a customer, you can start as a distributor, or you can just be the connector. We do have free shipping for orders over 140. There are discounts on subscriptions, no lock-ins, no startup fees. We do have business packs where you can start where you fit in, and an incredible support team as well. And we can talk more about that. But I want to thank you for taking a bit of time out to hear this information. The person who shared this with you will be back in contact. So please let them know, would you like to look more at the business and how that works? Are you interested in becoming a customer and using these incredible products for yourself? Or are you a connector, someone who would like to share these with others or pass that information on? We encourage you to let the person know who shared this with you. And thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me today. Thank you.